Welcome to Canada International. Welcome to Newsroom. I'm KEJANG Henry at the production center in Douala. Some 1,650 billion francs CFA lie as reserve in commercial banks operating in the Central African sub-region. It is a paradox as banks live side by side with enterprises, yet the economy is dwindling. And of course, that will be one of our major discussions for today, and to be celebrated or not to be celebrated. Anglophones are trapped in a dilemma whether or not the reunification of East and West Cameroon will be celebrated come December this year. Welcome once more to the program Newsroom. Well, of course, we will now give you our lineup for today's edition of the program. I have by my immediate left Ferdinand Difo. He is a social critic. Welcome, sir. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
In fact, it's been a very busy week, Ferdinand. We know that many events have been happening, but the recent one was the attack by Central African Republic on Cameroon. Reaction?
Quite unfortunate. The Cameroon government and Cameroon citizens at one point, we need to sit down and try to have a border policy. Make sure our borders don't remain porous. Use modern technology like satellite and the rest, because we have unruly groups and unruly neighbors who occasionally cross our various borders. So we need a good border policy and methods of monitoring infiltration and excesses.
Yeah, you just talked about methods of monitoring infiltration and excesses. But I understand that a similar case occurred in the north, the extreme north region, and measures have been taken by the governor of that part of the country, Abafonka, to stop the inflow and outflow of foreigners, except for some political or professional reasons.
Don't also forget that it's about 3 months. These very groups from Central Africa came to Cameroon, came to the east, and killed a commissioner of police. So it's quite recurrent on the west, on the east, north, south, and so on.
Well, I have some other person. This time is Tamfu Arison Tamfu. Tamfu is a journalist with the African Independent News Network, and of course my guest on today's edition of the program. Tamfu Arison Tamfu, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Henry, for inviting me.
I understand you are just coming fresh from Rwanda, not for coverage anyway, but to, for something else. You back home a prize. What is that all?
Indeed. I think it's something that...
cause for celebration.
Yes, cause for celebration for us
I hope I'll be part
as
of
Cameroonians and as journalists in particular. So, as you already know, this was an award, an international award organized by the CTA. CTA is the Technical Center for Agricultural and Rural Cooperation that is sponsored by the European Union and the ACP countries. These are governments of Africa and the Caribbean and the Pacific. So they launched a competition intended for African journalists, Pacific and the Caribbean, open to all of them. So
you happen to be...
Yes, I happen to have traveled to Rwanda and also extended to London, where I won the prize. I got the award, and it was a huge pride and honor for me and my country, because this included all the African journalists and the Caribbean and the Pacific. So it was an international. And to imagine that 3 of us, me from Cameroon, the other winner from South Africa, and then the other winner from Malaysia, the 3 of us won this award. It's a great honor.
Kudos to you, Tamfu Arison, and of course it's a pride for us. What is the situation in Rwanda like? Is it still very shaky? I mean, the political atmosphere.
The political atmosphere in Rwanda is quite encouraging. As a matter of fact, when I was there, I didn't get to understand that this is the country that in 1994 went through a bloody genocide, that more than 200,000 people died. You need to see Rwanda. They have improved. The country is clean. Everything is moving smoothly, and the politics, democracy is advancing at a very, very fast rate. I'm even tempted to say that it's advancing at a geometric progression. So it's something that I discovered that, and then I thought about my country. I felt so bad that why us? Look at where we are. Rwanda was there many years ago. After a few years, a few decades, This is where they are. But look at Cameroon with the peace that we have every day, with the prosperity that we have every day, with the so-called anti-corruption. We are marking time. It's a pity. And let me just seize this opportunity in relation to the award to say thank you to so many Cameroonians, especially my fans, who have always been there to encourage me with my work. I'm talking about somebody, my brother to my left, Ferdinand Difo, who has also been one of them that has been encouraging me with my words, giving me words of encouragement. And equally you, Kejang Henry. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tamfu Harrison. In fact, that is chose to set the salvo for the program. Then we move on to our major discussion for the day. Not without, first of all, taking our major story like we saw it for the week. The king is gone. The king is on. Let's get our story of the week.
Hundreds of gun salutes at the esplanade of the Nkwenfon's Palace in Bamenda 3. Traditional rulers of friendly villages have welcomed the new fon of Nkwen, Azefo III, a Douala-based teacher by profession and currently undertaking a master's degree program. Traditional rites have been performed on Monday, November 18, to enthrone the new man to succeed his father, S.Z. Ngufo III, who transcended to the world beyond on November 3.
The choice fell on him. That is really the prerogative of the late fon. So nobody knows why. Because the late fon did not die by accident. He died, he was sick for quite some time, and the doctors told him that he was not going to live for long again. So he took time out of about 100 and something children to choose that one. It means he had a reason for that.
Announcing their choice to the Mezam administration in presence of Northwest Governor, the 9 kingmakers of the Secret Society unanimously proclaimed the over 30-year-old secondary school teacher as successor. The Inspector General of Regional Services, Makoge Ivo Charles, representing the SDO, called on the villagers to lend their total support to the new fund for peace, order, unity and development to reign. The once-in-a-lifetime traditional rites marveled many as the tens of wives and over 100 children are flat on the ground.
I have been living here for the last 17 years, and my 4 kids are born here at the Nkwen. So I'm from Nkwen.
It's the first time we see this in 60 years.
People that have lived for 50 years have not witnessed this.
Tradition, Christian, we are all human beings, and they are all those the Nkwen natives who are my Christians. You cannot separate tradition and Christianity.
Having been recognized by local administration, Fonazefo III has been told to compile his documents for a start of the administrative move to reach the Minister of Territorial Administration.
Our man on the beat, our Northwest Regional Bureau Chief, Annie Collins, giving us information there on the enthronement of Azefo III of Nkwen. Ferdinand Difo, you are coming from the highlands. Some people complained that for 50 years they have not seen such a ceremony.
Are they very happy when the fund passes on? They should not say so. When the fund passes away, or we go or look for a new fund, we'll have a new fund. I want to say that my message to the new fund is that, you know, most funds in Northwest are almost laughing stocks. Somebody wrote a book calling them royal beggars.
So you want to say that he should not be a royal beggar?
Yes. He should remain, to my opinion, he should remain apolitical, should be the fund for all political parties, fund for all Nkwen citizens, fund for all those living in Nkwen.
Be they Nkwen people or not?
Yes, if he thinks that he should embrace one party to the detriment of the other one, he will pay the consequences.
Tamfu Harrison, that was a new phone, a gentleman of 30, in his 30s, and a secondary school teacher. It makes, at least, how will you look at it now if you were a student? How will you look at that teacher you used to shake hands with?
If I were a student, unfortunately it can't be so. But I was quite impressed by what happened there in the northwest region. You have to understand...
Valorizing our traditional values.
Yes, yes. You have to understand the significance of this coronation. You know that Bamenda is the center of the northwest region, is the headquarters. And when we talk about Bamenda, we are talking about Mankon, we are talking about Mendankwe, and we are also talking about Nkwen. These are the three main villages that constitute the Bamenda. So they are the indigenes of Bamenda that we speak of today. So if something is happening like this in the northwest regional headquarters, Bamenda, and it's happening peacefully, it's a good thing for Cameroon and also for the world to show the people that in spite of modernism, in spite of the fact that technology is coming here, we in the northwest region, we are still with our tradition. It makes me to be very proud as a son of the northwest region.
Okay.
And let me just quickly add, because he said something very pertinent. You know, the northwest funds have been, they have taken their duty as traditional rulers to be so mean. They have been conquered by politics.
Some people even accuse them of selling titles.
The funds, if they, as far as I'm concerned, a fund, you have your subjects that belong to various political parties. You should be a political. If at all you have to practice politics, this must be done gentlemanly. You must not mix politics with tradition. I think it was an important message that Ferdinand.
Thank you very much, Thankful Harrison. In fact, we delve into our subject matter for today's program. Will it be celebrated or not? That is the reunification of East and West Cameroon. In fact, we have gathered news that preparations are fastening up, but then what is the degree of preparedness of the celebration? Ferdinand Indifo.
The degree of preparedness, I don't know. But from stories that we have, it will appear some of the projects are in very bad state. Like the road to Limbe is in very bad state. The reunification monument still nearing completion. I just hope that that monument will not be that of Serai Tonge, which in the end looked like a masquerade. It resembled a male somebody and not Sarai Tonge. The open theater is not also done. But by and large, 53 years of reunification, what are we celebrating? I think it's a time for stock taking, reflections. I'm an Anglophone. I was thinking that we'll have the opportunity to look behind each entity. How far have we gone? Anglophones complain every day about frustrations, marginalization, discriminations. We are holding no workshops for that to see first whether it's true and how we can come along with that. Two cultures came together in 1961. We make as if these cultures can just be fused together, harmonized. No. We have clear differences as far as the judiciary is concerned, educational system, social life, and so on. Somehow we need to harmonize them. Where we cannot harmonize them,
we can live with them side by side.
Yes, it's not a problem. Canada does that. And Canada, every 10 years they take stock. Quebec even goes to the extent of referendum. So there's no need in looking at the various complaints of some Anglophones, and we can fix these things all together. Nobody has ever listened to the SNC. The AAC held in Bamenda, in Boya and Bamenda. People called it rubbish.
But fruits came out from it anyway.
The forefathers, Foncha and Muna, before they ever died, they went to the UN saying that what they went in for is not what they're witnessing. So can we now come to the drawing board and look where it hurts? Who is frustrated over what? Is it true or not? That is reunification. Not the dining and whining or
the march past that we're going to expect.
Yes.
Now, Thankful Harrison, in fact, if at all the celebrations would hold in the month of December, we are already on, today is the 22nd, I think, of November. So in the next 1 week, we should be in December.
Yes.
Do you see that very possible when you look at the time frame?
The time frame is quite problematic when you look at the timing of this celebration and the time frame itself. Now, when we talk about...
Especially as we are expecting more than 20,000 visitors to Stream Boya.
Well, you are informing me. I've not
Well, that's what I got.
I have not heard about that from the presidency. Now, when we talk about preparations, in Cameroon, whenever the head of state is about to move somewhere, people are looking at infrastructural development. People are looking at roads, looking at construction of hotels and here and there. Now, when in Buea now, even at that level, we are not yet prepared because works are still going on as we speak. One would have expected that this was supposed to have been done 3 years ago. If for 3 years they have not been able to finish this preparation, this aspect of the preparation, how far are we sure that in 1 week or two they will complete that? Another point, we cannot be talking about reunification that we are prepared to celebrate. And that's the verb we're using, celebrate. We are prepared to celebrate the coming together of the Anglophone and the Francophones 53 years ago, and people are disgruntled. The government is giving a deaf ear to the complaints of these people, and it's a very bad thing. It's a time bomb. Look at what happened about 2 years ago. I think it should be 2 years ago, when the Commission on Human and People's Rights in Banjul passed a judgment that this government should dialogue with those dissenting voices, those people who are saying that we are not satisfied. That court also ordered that the SCNC and the various pressure groups should be transformed into political parties. Nothing has been done so far. Are we saying that these people are making noise? Are we saying that what they are saying is out of place, is outdated? The fact is that some